Okay, what's up with money?
A lot of stuff going on right now in the money market for sure. I'm sure as you guys are watching this as well. This morning, you saw unemployment rates come out. Guess how many jobless claims came out? And I'm going to give you
3 million.
perspective. I'm going to give you perspective. The highest previous was 695,000, and that was in 1982, and we've been tracking this since 1967. So
3 million.
3.28 million jobless claims.
Yeah, well, what do you expect?
Crazy.
You laid half
Yep.
the
Yep.
40% of the country off.
No, I
Funny
know.
is,
Just I
funny it
know, but
isn't
that's
more.
yeah, but just baffling how many people are just in that market going and that has triggered obviously a lot in our markets, right? So we've had to change everything. We've seen FHA seller servicers. So Ginnie Mae is FHA, right? So FHA, if you hold on to those, right,
Hmm.
and you're servicing them, and the people default, the agreement is that you have to make the first four payments for them.
Okay.
This will literally put companies out of business, right? So you have Mr. Cooper right now,
Hmm.
Quicken Loans, asking the government for bailout right now, as of yesterday, Thursday. They're asking,
Knowing that it's coming.
knowing it's coming, because when these they're the largest, they're the two largest sellers. Mr. Cooper, I think, I shouldn't actually say names, but it's Quicken Loans. No,
Yeah.
just kidding.
Yeah.
But these are the largest seller servicers of FHA loans, so they're looking at it going, this is going to be a nightmare
Yeah.
because
And
because there's too much communication saying, hey, we're going to give you a reprieve. It's not going to hurt your credit, which it will, by the way, and all these things. So people are going to start missing these payments, and your first-time home buyers are typically the ones, and a lot of them
in
are in
that spot,
FHA
right?
loans. A lot of those people are the ones who have lost their jobs. I mean, it's dramatic.
Yeah, and a lot of the questions that I've been getting from different folks are, will we see how is the real estate market, not just how you do your business, but
Right.
what's going to be impacted? What are we going to have, reduced values? Is there going to be more foreclosures? Are we looking at 2008 again? Is there going to be a housing crisis? All that stuff. It's different in a lot
Mm-hmm.
in many senses, but in some categories like this one here. So even if you don't own a home right now,
Mm-hmm.
there are probably going to be some missed payments from you. You're probably
Right.
going to bang up your credit a little bit during this time. You're probably going to rack up some credit card debt,
Yep.
right? And those are all things that we work with people on clearing up.
Yep.
So moving forward, beyond this,
Mm-hmm.
there's going to be this segment of people. How many people lost their jobs? Not all of them are going to get banged up
Yep.
credit. Not all of them are going to miss payments, and not all of them are going to
Right.
rack up credit card debt. But there'll be a portion of them that
Hmm.
do.
Mm-hmm.
So that renting pool of people
Right.
will still be there, and they'll get pulled out because some of those people would have bought houses. So
Right.
that demand there is going to change a little bit too, and we don't know what that's going to be yet
No,
because there will be an overall impact on that as well,
for
right?
sure. For sure. So we're seeing that on the FHA front right now for non-QM. So that's kind of like your bank statement programs. Some of those programs that were just starting to come back and like, hey, self-employed, 12 months, all
Hmm.
this, all gone,
Hmm.
eliminated. New construction, all the loan to values have shifted down.
Hmm.
DTIs, debt to income, how much you can be spending has gone down because if people lose a job, they have to still
Right.
qualify.
Right. Right.
So now we have a 5% down new construction product that's going to 10% down.
Did
Hmm.
we
DTI, I
lose
mean,
3% down conventional, or is that still
that's
there?
still out there. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. That's still out there. Probably the best product out there right now for first time home buyers, right?
Hmm.
So a lot of things happening in that. Things that we are doing, verifications of employment, things you don't think about. But now it used to be 10 days prior to close.
Hmm.
Then it was 5. Now it's 3,
Hmm.
Yeah.
right?
Did you
So,
adjust your appraiser pool to find some people that'll actually go out there and do the appraisal?
yeah, well, Freddie and Fannie shifted some guidelines. So now there's some, depending on what the LTV is of the transaction, we're doing drive-bys and
Yeah.
they're accepting those.
Hmm.
We have appraisers that are willing to go into homes and some that say no. So our appraiser turn time is a lot longer. So it was going to go long anyway. Before this, remember we had this big refi boom that we were just like, oh my gosh, we're locking 200 to 300 files a day and we can't keep up with it and it's busy, 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 which is great, right? But now you put this on top of it. I mean, appraisals are going to take a month.
I had an appraisal that's coming up next week that we got an email from the appraisal company. They asked, they want the front door to be open because he doesn't want to touch the lockbox. They want to have all the lights on in the house, and they want to have either the owner or the listing agent there. in case they need to open a door or something like that, because the appraiser wants to go through and he literally doesn't want to have to touch anything.
Open the scuttle. Have the ladder set up. Scuttle open to the attic space.
Right.
So a lot of stuff going on there. Proof of self-employment, a big deal, right? Taxes being delayed now till July, big deal. I mean, all these things like we hear about and we go, oh, that's good, but it does impact like our world, and not bad. Just
you got to work around it.
We're shifting a lot right now in terms of how we're addressing that. A lot of times we need reserves for transactions, so we look at investment accounts. Well, we used to look at the past quarter. Now we look at the last 30 days, right? How are you today?
Yeah.
So
just average that deal over the last 3 months if you could.
So
January was looking real good.
Yeah. End of the year, great. No, not so much. So, so a lot of things are going on in our market that are just really shifting how we do our business. We're all working from home pretty much, and but that's working fine.
Yeah.
Our underwriters are.
Are you working a lot from home now?
No, I don't. I go to the office every day.
Okay.
Well, just because we have, I've got college on one level, I've got middle school or elementary school on one level, and I got high school on another level, and so just a lot of stuff going on.
That's what we have. We've gotten a few unemployment applications this week from the restaurant where we give people the option, right? And you've got families that where their kids are at home. There's no daycare. So they don't have any ability.
I know, man.
What do they do?
I have 3 elementary age kids. It's going to be a challenge. We're going to have to figure something out like this weekend, and just get on a schedule for them, because we have to have the kids on they have to get a routine down.
Yeah.
Otherwise it'll be just an S
Disaster.
show. And, my wife and I both work a ton. So it's like, we're going to have to figure something out, because we have a 6-year-old. She can't just be left at home.
Right.
Our other kids can stay home.
Well, you took care of yourself just fine at 6. What are you talking about?
Well,
those are different times.
In the 80s,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
So anyway, the other markets that's going away right now is jumbo, right?
Yeah.
There's no liquidity in the markets. No one's interested in the money. No one's interested in the paper. So we're seeing a lot of jumbo pricing going through the roof right now. So I'm so thankful. We had so many refinances going, a lot of those jumbo, and we're locking those jumbos down in the low 3s. It's wonderful.
How many of the refinance thing that came a couple weeks ago when the rates dropped and you had hundreds and hundreds of applications, how many of those are going to fall out of bed, do you think?
Not, I'm sure probably 10 to 20% of them will fall out, but.
Right.
But boy, we personally we've had a couple fall out just on our side on the purchase, but the refis, boy, we're really pretty good. And especially with this jumbo, I work with a lot, maybe a little bit higher loan amounts, and we're in that jumbo market. Boy, I'm so thankful. We locked everybody, as fast as we did, and we got everybody in great shape. So that's the blessing of this. So I think jumbo's going to be a little tough going forward. On the purchase side, though, money's still really, really cheap. We're still locking at 3 1/8, 3 1/4, all
That's
that.
awesome.
But refi stuff, you're talking mid 3s to higher 3s, and people are stepping on that pricing a little bit from the investors down to the lenders like us. Everybody's kind of like, that's okay. We just go and take care of the purchases, get this through the pipeline. We're still competitive here.
Changes the questions you ask too. We had offers coming in on properties this week, and I asked, where do your buyers work?
Right. Yeah.
Right.
When I made an offer on a multiple offer deal, I made sure to let them know that my buyer was an essential worker, it's a full-time job. This is her deal. Here's the story. Because in one situation we had an opportunity to come in on a house because the previous worker was a airline worker and he was laid off, and so they lost the deal. And we got to come swoop in and
we have a purchase like that right now, and they're saying potential furlough on for him as a pilot, and but not for 6 months, so we're okay yet, right? The VOE came in perfect, so a lot of stuff going on in our markets, but rates are really good. It's just a new world that we're learning to function in, and we're doing the same thing in terms of just figuring out, okay, who's watching the kids when, and we're doing, I think I'll probably start working from home more now just because, we have it set up pretty well.
And we have a definite period of time now where the kids are going to be at home doing the school stuff. And from our elementary school, both private and public schools, our public school has made it very clear that they'd love to have the kids back to put a bow on the year
Yep.
for the last 30 days to
Yep.
5 weeks. That's their extreme goal, and they're hoping that they're able to do that,
Right.
because there'll be a lot of kids that struggle with this.
Yeah.
And with their parent situation, they're not all as fortunate as some, and
Right.
everybody's got their own challenges.
And
I
it's a long
understand.
summer coming.
Yeah, right on top of that deal.
Open up
So,
the pool. Get
yeah.
the pool open next week.
Well, that's it for this week. We'll be back with more Real Estate Chalk Talk next week. HittnerGroup.com.
You've been listening to your Real Estate Chalk Talk with the Hittner Group, the leaders of the #1 Coldwell